I think that men, if you see a beautiful woman, not even just beautiful, but if she has something going on for herself and, you know, she not a bum, she out here trying or whatever the case may be, and she got like some type of value, you are supposed to court her. You are not the prize. She is. She's gonna be the one that's gonna have to carry your baby for 9 months.
Yeah.
She's gonna be the one that's gonna have to sit down and watch the kids or whatever the case may be. Unless you don't work, unless you don't get money or whatever the case may be. Like, I just believe that men need to realize that a good woman, not like a hoe or nothing like that, a good woman is the prize.
Yeah.
She's the prize.
Okay.
A lot of bitches out here is like, I don't know, like they probably don't lost their head, but when you find a good woman, she's the prize.
I think a good man is the prize.
Thank you.
Yeah, a good man is the
And I have
prize.
to say that honestly, like I don't think it's the women because it's like in this day and age, like let's be honest, you know, we can all live in like Princess Disney World, La La Land, where it's like, oh, you know, I'm a princess and I'm gonna have my little Prince Charming come and swoop me up, and I deserve to be treated like a princess. No, like the reality is like we're living in a world of Instagram, we're living in a world of OnlyFans.
Yep.
Right.
I don't have Instagram, I don't have OnlyFans, but I sure as hell know that like, you know, any guy that like I would be dating or have dated in the past, or like, you know, any guy out there who's on these sites is going to be inundated with 1 million girls a day online, like just showing their tits and ass for free. So like, there's kind of like this incentive, well, a lack of incentive, I guess. Like, why would a guy like put effort into courting a woman these days when there's so many online that are willing to just give everything to everyone?
That's where the
and so
value
they've ruined it. So this mentality of like, oh, the woman is the prize. Like women are a dime a dozen these days, you know. Like most of these guys, they don't give a shit about like what kind of woman you are. They're just looking for a stick. Right.
Okay, so I have a question.
But let me just finish this. Like, I think a good man is the prize because it's really hard to meet a guy these days that's monogamous, right? Like loyal. You're not going to meet many loyal men these days. A lot of guys will say things like, oh, well, I just don't believe in monogamy, or I don't need to be loyal, or, you know, I'm a high value man. And what did you think? You think that I like made all this money just so I could fuck one woman for the rest of my life? Like, I watch your show.
Thanks, Laura, for exposing me.
To each their, that's what I do.
Yeah.
To each their own, right? And like if a guy's gonna live their life that way, fine. Like, you know, as long as they're respectful towards you as a person, I don't really care how people choose to live their life. But in this day and age, women need to get off their high horse, and it's more of like, in my opinion, the prize is the man.
I agree with you.
Okay, so I have a question. So do you believe that, like, do you actively court men first? Like, you take the initiative and court them,
Take them out.
If I like somebody, I mean, I don't
dinner, buy
look
them
like
gifts.
I'm not anybody's sugar mama. Like, I'm not gonna be some guy's like sugar mama, you know?
Right?
Like, but if I like somebody, yeah, I've paid for a bill before. Like, I've had no problem
in
paying.
the first stages.
I have no problem with paying for a bill in the first stages of dating.
And so you'll like actively be like, hey, I like you. Let's go out. I'll take you on a date. We'll up the band.
No, like usually,
I see that you're valuable.
Here's $50.
That's what I'm
go
asking.
get your
Because
toes
I'm
done. Here's
talking about the
$60.
beginning
go,
stages
go
of a
get yourself a
relationship.
massage.
Once you realize that a man is like a good man, obviously that's our job, to nurture them, to love them, to uplift them, to show them that they're a king.
No, but in the beginning stages.
Are you the one that's like pursuing him? Like, you're the prize.
Sometimes,
I need to get
like,
you.
but because that's my thing. Like, if we're all equal here, right? Like, if men and women are equal, why is it just the woman is the prize? Like, don't men deserve to be lifted up too? Like, don't you think that like you're always
but
like,
he has to show. But I
as
feel
women,
like,
oh, we want guys to like say, oh, hey, baby, you know, you're so tired. I'm sure work was so hard. Let me book you a pedicure and a massage and rub your feet. Like, oh, and we hang out, Netflix, chill, whatever it is that people do these days, right? Like, what about, oh, hey, baby, like, I know you're working really hard and, you know, you took me out for dinner last week and it was really nice. Why don't I book you a massage? Or why don't I give you a massage? Like, I just think that women are very demanding. And I think that, like, as a woman that doesn't act like a hoe, it's really hard because so many of these men have been just so emotionally damaged by women that take them for a ride, right? Like, they just want them. They expect, like, what makes you think that just because you're meeting a guy, he doesn't know you? Like, why do you expect to go to Nobu on the first date, right? Like, why do women feel so entitled to have men spend so much money? Like, you see these videos online where they're like, oh, so what is the average amount of money a guy should spend on the first date? Oh, if he doesn't spend $250, I'm not talking to him ever again.
Yeah,
like,
so I agree with you on that. That's not the idea that I'm talking about. I'm not really talking about like materialistic stuff or like, you know, just like really naive stuff like, oh, if he don't spend $100,000 on me in the first month, he can't keep me. No, I'm talking about a man seeing your worth and coming to you saying like, okay, I want to take a hold of your hand through the club, making sure you straight, not leaving you. You got.
You wouldn't be at the club though. You wouldn't be at the club.
No, I'm saying like.
But if you were a high value woman that a guy would want to actually like, you know, chase as a prize, you're not going to be.
As an artist,
no high value woman is going to be at the club.
That's not necessarily
untrue.
true.
No, it is true.
In
That's
many
not true at all.
lifestyles,
It is true.
In many lifestyles,
It is true.
We
have
have
to be
to
at the
host
club.
clubs like 4 times a week as artists.
I think see what's happening here. Your world is different from her world.
yeah, and I'm trying to. I understand her world. I do.
But also keep in mind, people that are gonna date you aren't on that type of time.
I guess I should qualify it. If you're working as an artist, right, and you're performing or you're getting paid to perform at a club, then fine. But if you're a woman that's like, you know, girls' night with her friends, then it's different. So I guess you could be the exception to the rule. But no high value woman is going to be in the club unless they're working like as a DJ or an artist, right?
But the problem here is
that's a
that,
minority.
like, those guys are gonna date you are gonna be like on different time of time and they're like trying to smash and dip.
Yeah. That's
They're not
something
trying to,
too.
like,
Yeah.
white chicks.
For sure.
So industry niggas are different.